Oh, we're Graham and Michelle. We own and run Groundcover Landscaping, based in Hamilton, servicing the Hamilton and Cambridge areas, and we purely do residential landscaping. We've got 6 on the team in total. Got myself. I go out and visit all the clients, set up the jobs and do all the quoting.
I do the admin and social media stuff, so that's all the marketing. I schedule all the jobs and send the guys out to them.
And with the guys that we've got on site, we've got 2 foremen and 2 labourers. Biggest change was employing more staff to give us more time to spend time working on the business and understand the running of a business. We've introduced Xero into the business, which is great for our KPIs. We've got a monthly profit and loss that we can look at and see where we're at constantly. And just getting to know the financials, so looking at our gross margins every time before I send the quote out to make sure that it's at the right level. The biggest challenge is quoting, so getting the quotes out on time. We're working on a system at the moment after seeing Doug Brennan talk at the boot camp in Auckland last time. Really sort of changed our mindset on the unit pricing, and so we're working on that at the moment, which is hopefully going to help our business out hugely.
Employing staff when we were desperate. We've learnt that if you don't get the right person, to go back to the drawing board. And we're now a lot more proactive with our hiring rather than reactive. So hiring when we desperately need someone is not a good idea.
And also being sort of stuck in a rut as far as mindset goes too, like having the blinkers on and sort of not being open to new ideas. Time
management, that's been crucial. We didn't understand how important it was, but now we've got default diaries each. And providing we stick to them, which we do try very hard to, things get accomplished a lot quicker and easier.
We've grown into the role. Like before the business, for a long time it was just me and Paul, one of our foremen. So it was just us 2 working the whole time. I was obviously doing a lot of organising, but now that I'm off the tools most of the time, it's encouraged me more to become more of a leader in the business and get those guys doing all the work so we can concentrate more on growing the business.
And I think we now understand that for the business to grow, it's really imperative that Graham's off the tools and in the office doing the quotes and doing the sales. Well, we now have a lot more systems implemented for our team that we never had anything like that before. We have regular staff reviews, which has been great because it means we get feedback from them as well as them hearing what we've got to say.
We've also implemented regular team meetings just so we can let the guys know what sort of work is coming up. So it starts investing them into what projects we're going to have working on shortly.
We have a company handbook and we've got a copy of that in all the trucks, plus one here in the office, and that's got things in it like our code of conduct and what we expect to happen at the beginning and end of every job.
And also once a quarter we've been doing team events, so we'll pay for the guys till the end of the day, but we'll finish sort of early mid-afternoon on a Friday, and we'll go out and do things like go out in the boat or go-karting.
But it's all stuff that makes us a company that people want to work for, so we can attract and retain really good employees. We have a proper marketing plan now, which involves a social media, more of a structured social media plan, which includes things like posting regularly on Facebook and sending out a quarterly newsletter, which we've had great feedback on. Our website is huge, and we probably get about 8 to 10 jobs a month through the website.
I've also been a member of BNI for a few years now, and we've had some real valuable leads from that, or valuable jobs from it. One year we had over $100,000 worth of work out of it, so it's been really good. And also we've built up some good strategic alliances with some designers that we do regular work for as well. It's increased our conversion rate by about 20%, whereas before we were sitting around the 30 to 40% conversion rate. We're now up around the 50 to 60. We're also qualifying people a lot more, so there's a lot of people that would have been wasting our time because the time we would have spent quoting would have been jobs we couldn't have done because of the time frames anyway.
We have quite a strict process that we go through, and that includes sending out a questionnaire to the client to find out a little bit more about them and the type of work they want done. We also have an information pack and another document that's a top 20 Waikato plants list, and it's just all things to keep them interested and keen, and yeah.
We've implemented an Excel pricing system, which has changed hugely with what I did before manually. So having that all automated makes a big difference. Working on the unit pricing is going to change that a lot more, we're hoping. Now we constantly look at our gross margins before we send our prices out, so we make sure we're sort of hitting where we need to hit to make the profits that we need to. And we've also put our hourly rate up from the guys and look at our markups on materials a lot more too, and none of that has met any resistance with any jobs that we've been pricing, so yeah, it's good. We didn't really look at margins at all, so doing those monthly KPIs has been massive for us, so we are actually looking at them. Thinking back of when it was in the sort of high 20s when we first started, whereas now we're constantly hitting around the 40 mark. It's made us feel more like business owners as opposed to someone just working in a business. So our mindset now is that we can see the potential of the business and what we can make out of it, and how the future looks. Also, it's enabled me to buy a boat so I can get out and go fishing a bit more, which is pretty awesome. We've also been able to buy a new ute through the business as well, so I feel a lot better driving around in that, and it feels like we've made something a bit more.
And for me, I guess Graham doesn't spend as many evenings in the office anymore, which is great. We've also been able to hire a cleaner, which means it frees up our weekends a little bit more. And another thing that's been quite big for us is that we are now happy to book holidays, and we take good regular holidays, don't we, instead of a couple of days here and there, which is awesome.
Get some professional help. That was a massive thing for us. Before we were definitely just tradesmen doing a job, and we're really working as opposed to being business owners. This has really opened our mind up to how a business should be run and how we can grow the business. Our next main thing is buying a digger. At present we hire one on a semi-regular basis, so it's another sort of income stream that we can add to the business as well. We want to hire another 2 staff. We can do that without changing the infrastructure of the business a great deal, so that's going to increase the turnover quite a bit as well.
And we're also going to move the business out of home, which is going to be huge for us because it means there's more separation between work and home. There's big things ahead for Groundcover Landscaping. We're really excited about the future, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.